Are we live? Hey, we are live.
Finally.
Finally.
It took us 2 weeks.
2 weeks
to
go live.
To get here. The effort involved in going live, gentlemen and ladies, is too much.
Interneting is hard.
Internet is so hard.
Interneting.
We had to work so hard to pay for the camera and the internet and the table.
He had to sell himself.
Yeah, I had to twice. It's called double booking. This stream has not started well, has it?
It has not started well.
Yeah,
so let's start it on a nicer. Let's start it in a nicer way. Welcome to the Objective Stream. My name is Nikhil.
And
This.
I'm Anuj.
All right, and with that out of the way, a quick disclaimer: we have potty mouths. We may say things that is not necessarily suitable if you have kids around or if you have sensitive hearing. So if either is the case, either switch off the stream or wear earphones, headphones, or whatever it is. And with that out of the way, let's get started. What are we starting with?
We are starting with.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the big deal first?
Which is?
MacBooks.
Oh yeah, let's do the big deal. It's a big deal.
Apple dropped MacBooks, and there are so many questions, there are so many emotions, there are so many feelings, there are so many opinions on the internet right now.
Absolutely. I mean, this has never happened before.
I mean, it has happened. Like, you remember the time?
The Retina MacBook.
You remember Touch Bar?
I think most people kind of went like, oh, Touch Bar. Like, why do we need it? We don't need it. Oh, where's my escape key? Where are my function buttons?
Everyone was hating on Vim users so bad because
they deserve it.
Yeah, because Vim users survive on escape keys, and then they're like, yeah, we replace those. So it's like everyone at Apple uses Emacs.
Yeah, most likely.
Just proves that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very observant point.
Otherwise, they would have noticed, na, कि यारे कुछ तो गलत लग रहा है.
कुछ तो गलत लग रहा है. Yeah, something's off. Wait, I'm missing something on the keyboard. Oh yeah, the escape key.
Which is nice, like, because I personally use Emacs, so I love to hate on Vim users.
Okay.
Once every 3 hours.
Okay, so truth be told, I use Vim on servers.
And
if I absolutely have to,
that's
otherwise,
all that you have to.
Otherwise, I am editing the file directly over Sublime.
I'll use Nano.
Oh my god.
Before I use Vim.
No, see, Vim is like, okay, I don't have the subl command set up on this server.
I will use Nano before I use Vim.
No, but I'm like,
मैं Python में स्क्रिप्ट लिख के एक लाइन उधर लिखेगा कि फाइल ओपन एज व्हाटएवर file.write, file.close. I'll do that before I use.
Alright, but coming back to the original topic, there's no link for this, by the way. If you're wondering why there's no link in the chat, just search on Google or Bing or whatever else MacBook 2018, and you'll see what the whole fuss is about. Most importantly, Dave 2D, a very well-known YouTuber, someone I watch pretty often, most definitely for his laptop reviews. Not anymore, because I prefer mobile tech reviews now. She's fabulous with her laptop reviews. But Dave 2D did a expose where he kind of mentioned that the i9 throttles a lot.
Yeah,
and it's a big problem and everything. So that was the whole deal. My only issue with that whole situation is that he tried Premiere Pro and not Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
Which was like
potato.
No, but potato makes more sense in this context actually.
Yeah.
You subconsciously said the right thing.
No,
Premiere Pro is potato. Premiere Pro is honestly garbage, and I don't know how people use it.
We are like killing our user base today. We dished on Vim.
Then
we're
Premiere Pro.
On Premiere Pro. I don't know. By the end of this, we're going to probably kill your channel. This is a fun stream, man.
This is a fun stream. This is what we do.
It started out with me selling myself twice, and now we are here. It's like pretty dope. So, anyways, coming back to MacBooks, so the what has been revised is the MacBook Pros, so the 13 and
the only the ones with the touch bars.
Yeah, only the ones with the touch bars. The MacBook Airs or the MacBooks, those haven't been touched.
13-inch MacBook Pro without the touch bar has been untouched. They'll most likely get the upgrades soon. However, Apple's timing seems very off this time because the 9th gen chips are expected in a few weeks.
Yeah. I honestly don't really care about chips
at this point. Yeah.
Marginal improvements
at best.
At best.
No, but what I'm curious about though is why Apple would put the Radeon Pro 560 in the MacBooks in contrast to, instead of putting the Vega GPUs in there.
Speaking of GPUs,
yeah,
we need to talk about Blackmagic.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Blackmagic has, with the announcement of the MacBook Pros, they announced that they have a new box.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
It's an eGPU.
It's an eGPU which you connect using the Thunderbolt 3 to MacBook, and it will
basically bring a desktop grade 570, 560, 580.
Right.
Which one is it?
I have no clue.
It should be right there. Come on, it should be right there. Wait, why doesn't it tell the thing? But it's the first eGPU with 580, which you can use to power the LG 5K Ultrafine. None of the other eGPUs will work.
Okay.
With that monitor.
Plus, this thing has something which will charge your MacBook.
All the others do.
Okay.
All the others do.
I see.
All the others do. The only thing here is that for someone like me, who can build his own Hackintosh, right? This is probably a pretty useless thing. Okay, right. But take for example someone who doesn't know much about the technical side of things, right? Just say a video editor. Okay, someone who just wants to plug a few things together and start editing videos. Okay, this is incredible for such people. Okay, or a photographer, or anything else which can be accelerated with
people who are on the move.
You won't be carrying that on the move.
You'll be carrying a laptop.
Yeah, but then that is going to sit on your workstation desk.
Probably.
But okay. No, but the point being, like, anyone whose workflow can be accelerated with a GPU. Right? But doesn't have much of the technical know-how. Where you buy an eGPU enclosure and you put a GPU in there, make sure you remember to plug in the power connectors, etc., etc.
Right.
Okay, so someone who doesn't know any of that, who doesn't need to know any of that, they can just buy this, plug it in, and have a GPU up on the ready. Plus, there's no power button on that.
True.
So the moment you connect it, it turns on.
Right.
And when you eject it from the Mac OS menu bar, it turns off.
That's nice.
Right? So this is the first plug and play solution. This is the first very Apple-like solution for the matter out there.
Which is nice.
Which is incredible. Also, the T2 chip is now in the MacBooks, which is
the second big device.
Yeah, which is
the iMac Pro.
Yeah, which is a big paradigm shift.
Because it's essentially like a slow, gradual fuck you to Intel.
Yeah, and it's also bringing your iPhone 7 into your MacBook. And the iPhone 7 is still a pretty powerful computer. Right? So, with that said, having a MacBook with a iPhone running. I wonder if the iOS simulators run on the T2 chip directly.
I don't think so.
That would be so
I
cool.
don't think they care for these kind of things. Why would they do that?
No, but that would be such a cool optimization.
That would be, but I don't know if it's really required.
If they should be doing it, they should be spending time. Yeah,
they should be spending time on keyboards.
Okay, so Game of Phones Kothari is in the chat, and guess what his name is?
Anuj Kothari.
Ah, my man. How are you, boy?
So, coming back to MacBooks.
I'm going to call him boy until he legally turns 18.
It's so mean.
No, but like, it's such a... Yes, I remember. I saw your profile picture and I'm like, he's here. He's back. Why does that mean?
How would you do that?
Like, I would call you boy.
Why would you do that to anyone?
I would just to piss you off. Just to make you cringe.
Off.
No, just to make you cringe. Because we are doing a lot of the pissing off today on the stream, so I'll just make you cringe.
Either. So, new keyboards. So, the Butterfly version 3, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and basically it's just the version 2 with condoms on it. So, the dust can't fuck the keyboard anymore.
I don't think that's true.
No, that is true. Apple confirmed it with a statement today.
I read the iFixit teardown.
Okay.
They're like, this is probably better, but this is still
not a pure solution. Yeah. No, see, the problem is not the dust getting in. Okay. Because dust gets into this keyboard and that
comes in the way.
And every other keyboard.
So it's a question of tolerances, right?
No, the problem is the keyboard design itself.
Right.
Okay. And considering the fact that now you have do you remember that one laptop which was like this huge chunk? Okay, cool, let us know when you do. So you remember this laptop which was like this huge chunk and had like full desktop grade Cherry MX keys on it and stuff? I think it was from MSI or no, not MSI.
Are you talking about the new low profile
No, I'm talking about the old, like the desktop ones. Which is why Linus had a review of it on his channel.
And a review of everything.
Yeah, and now you have these low profile switches which are so small. You can literally put it in the razor blade and not change its size, if my math is correct.
Right.
So I really don't see why Apple is pushing the whole butterfly mechanism agenda here. It makes no sense.
Okay.
Like from a business standpoint, yeah, if you get a bad key, you have to replace the whole keyboard and you have to pay for the replacement of the entire keyboard. Whereas a membrane switch or a mechanical switch, you just, fix that part and you're good to go. So from the economics standpoint, Apple wins more when a butterfly switch keyboard fails. I'm going to give the new MacBooks a few more months and see if people come up with the same reports. Or if a GPU fails. I'm
just thinking about when I have to go and get my keyboard replaced in the whole
replacement program.
I don't know.
But they're just going to give you the same keyboard again.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
That was also confirmed today.
Okay, I did not know that. I thought there was a chance of me getting the new keyboard.
No, it's exclusive to the new MacBook because the internal fitting mechanism is different.
Man.
Like the grooves in the unibody chassis is different to where the keyboard is screwed in because Apple. That's how they get $60 billion in cash ready to go anytime.
I just want to go home, man. This is Rahul Gandhi Narendra Modi joke right here.
Yes, but in a very proper context. Like the context was at least right this time.
Yeah.
Alright, so
there were a lot of Munna Bhai jokes. Mansud Bhai tu bahut mast kaam karta hai. Koi aapko thank you nahi bolta.
Alright, moving on to the next topic from Apple again. They are rebuilding maps.
Yeah, which is a big deal because I just read an article today about this guy dissing on Google Maps because they increased the price by 20-30 times or something. And they reduced the free tire.
This is, by the way, the developer licensing costs.
Yeah, and it's just pissing off everyone left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So now Mapbox is gonna get hot.
Yeah,
and
very.
a couple of other companies are going to be very happy because of
so Apple's timing is just perfect.
Yeah. So they now have cars roaming around getting photos and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know how they're going to do the whole Android helping maps grow thing.
See,
because Android has been a big part of why Google Maps is so.
If Fosha comes into the picture, okay, Google Maps, and if like Fosha becomes the dominant OS over Android,
like 10 years away.
Let's say it's 3 years away.
It's not even.
Fosha's current build is like the code is very. It's not very as privacy centric as iOS is.
Right.
But it is more privacy centric than Android is.
Yeah, but Fuchsia is probably going to come in smart home and stuff before it comes anywhere else.
No, it's firstly for...
Because you have like probably 500 odd hardware OEM, ODMs to support.
Yeah.
Who have to be on board Fuchsia before you can call it a replacement for Android.
No, but isn't like Fuchsia built in a way that you can flash it to all existing Android phones? No? Oh, snap.
Then it's not even based on Linux.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Oh yeah, the hardware compatibilities. Right. Shit.
Like, chalega hi nahi.
There goes my dream.
It'll happen eventually, I guess. Apparently, I think Bloomberg has an article today about how Fuchsia is a OS project to retain the senior engineers because it's like building an OS which they'll find sexy.
Oh yeah.
So instead of these guys leaving Google to join somewhere else, let's just create this project so that they'll hang around. Which is such a cynical view.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Like if you like don't need some talent.
No, it's like you don't want them to join anywhere else. It's cheaper to keep them
this way.
Doing some project which is a moonshot thing, which might probably never see the light of day.
But they'll just have fun with it and stick around.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Okay.
But yeah,
and the new Apple Maps is looking good compared
Yes.
to the previous version, which is just utter garbage. So I'm glad to see Apple owning up to that fact also and improving that aspect of it as well. So pretty cool stuff.
Moving on.
Thoughts on Ant-Man on the Wasp in the what are we watching segment? Definitely coming in. Oppo Find X. Oppo Find X. I saw this phone. Where have I seen this phone? It looks like a very interesting phone.
Man, I've stopped looking at phones and specs and stuff. Like phone का news आता है तो मैं tab close करता.
Yeah. So the Oppo Find X. This is probably what the 6T is most likely going to end up looking like. Yeah. So I don't think it has launched in India yet. Has it? It looks like a very interesting phone though. Okay, next topic. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, so basically the thing is DARPA, which is the organization which funds a lot of research in the US, it's investing
military research.
Yeah, it's
classified military research.
It's investing huge amounts of money in creating a compiler for chips. Which is interesting because I was at a RISC-V conference this week and essentially that's what those guys are doing too. So it's like application-specific integrated circuits or ASICs are going to be very hot.
Yeah.
Because if you democratize the tools that are used to build chips, like if you start using open source stuff there and it's like everyone's sharing stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
The essentially GCC, right? GCC works on all bloody platforms.
Yeah.
Architectures, I mean. So it's like that. So if everyone is going to be using a similar-ish... I'm sorry. So if everyone is using the same tools, then you are going to end up democratizing making silicon chips.
Yeah.
And then there will be innovations in fabless and fabs and stuff like that. And there's going to be a lot of ASICs and then building a custom chip for a custom application for maybe 1 million units
is becoming easier.
Yeah, it'll be easier.
It'll be easier.
That number will drop, like million ka 100,000, 10,000.
So what that essentially translates to is faster iterations and more money for the people building those chips.
And smaller teams.
And faster.
And because of smaller teams, crazier ideas.
Yeah, that I agree with. The smaller the team, the crazier the idea. Always. Like if you have a team of 2, they'll always have a crazier idea than a team of 10, and then so on and so forth. So which is why a single person making something is always going to sound like the craziest shit you've ever heard. It probably is. And it always turns out to be really, really cool. Which is why a lot of indie devs do come up with some really cool software compared to the bigger houses out there.
Moving on to the next topic.
This is a fun one. So, AMD is set to announce the 12nm Polaris and the 7nm Vega 20 chips sometime later next month. And this is interesting for they're announcing it next month most likely, and they'll be releasing it in towards the end of this year, early next year. This is exciting because I believe these will be the first 7nm based GPUs to hit the consumer market. Unless Nvidia releases the 11XX series with a 7nm GPU. So that is to be seen. But if that, assuming that is not the case, yeah, these are going to be the first ones, and it's going to be very interesting because they'll be not ever so slightly powerful. They'll be really, really more powerful compared to the existing GPUs out there, and they'll use less power, so less heat dissipation. So if you needed like liquid to hit 2 gigahertz on a GPU, you can probably get away with it by running it simply on air this time.
I barely understood.
Any of that?
Like GPU, water cooling, temperature, air, something 580.
Something happened.
7nm.
Okay, so to make you feel nice,
yes,
Anuj has a question for I think both of us, but I think you should answer it. Do you believe Qualcomm chips inside laptops is a good idea?
It's happening. It doesn't matter if it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think they demoed the 835 and 845 in like running Windows.
Right.
And it was pretty cool.
And yeah, I mean, it's going
Wait,
to...
hold on. I think there's a consumer product out there.
And it'll be good to have all of that because it's going to make things cheaper. It's going to force Intel to innovate. And yeah, I mean, it's just a positive thing.
And quite honestly, the 845 is, so is the 835. These are two really, really powerful chips, and most Android phones running those chips, they underutilize it so much. You probably don't even need the power of the 835 or the 845 in that particular Android phone, and yet you have it, and it goes underutilized by the OS and the apps running on the platform, which is a shame. Windows is resource hungry. So Windows running on it, like you're finally putting those chips to their potential, and even if you're just simply running Chrome, you're utilizing the full potential of the chip. Haha! Chrome jokes.
Chrome and Slack jokes never get funny.
Never get old.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, and Snapdragon 845 based laptops are coming soon.
How much is Slack to blame for global warming?
Not as much as mining, like Bitcoin mining. And
yeah,
like
but mining is such a distributed thing, right?
So
Slack is a single company; it can be fixed.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a single point of failure.
Oh yeah. Just today I was having a conversation. Shit, that reminds me. So I was having a very interesting conversation with a particular someone. It's a public conversation. So it's he's Pascal Pixel, and he was like he had a very interesting tweet. if Slack HQ is overwhelming you, you're just not using enough puns and dad jokes to force people off the platform. And I was like, not my style, but this could work. Haha. Okay, and then he replies, well, you live in Pune, right? So I'm like, oh boy, Punekars are wicked with puns. Let me grab you a few Puneri party and translate those to share with you later in the day, which reminds me to do that and share it with him. Dad jokes fail in comparison. There was an exhibit of those in town a couple of weeks ago. And then he replies, yeah, no, that is terrible. Oh no, wait, this is perfect for Slack, which is perfect for Slack. Absolutely. If you use Slack, and have you tried Twist?
No.
We moved to Twist and I've never been happier. I
use Mattermost.
I'm trying to make the other company group move to Twist, but I'm facing a lot of friction because Slack is literally being treated like WhatsApp right now. And there is no organization of any sort.
But there are a lot of developer communities and such which I was part of, like probably 5 or 10, which were exclusively on Slack, and now I'm like...
It's faded, it's gone.
It's gone for me.
It's gone. So, like, if you absolutely, for some reason, like, that particular feature is on Slack, then I get it. But just for communications, if you absolutely need to use something, use Twist or literally anything else.
I'm getting messages from friends saying that you should look in the camera. I'm also getting messages saying use HipChat and don't be a bitch.
HipChat, yeah, okay. It's similar to Twist.
Yeah, Atlassian, right?
Atlassian, yeah. So yeah, HipChat also works. Literally anything else works. Use Google Chat. Use email. Oh my God, use email. Have you heard about email? It is some this really cool technology back from the 80s.
Everyone is going to try to kill email. Nobody is going to be able to kill email. And then we'll always go back to email, and email will live forever.
Email will live forever because it's email. Like it's integrated into the browser. Like you can click on a mail to link and it opens Outlook. I did this once. Like I've always done this. So whenever you have the contact us buttons, right?
Right.
Most websites will go through the whole hassle of using a PHP file to get the form and send it to an email ID. I always use the mail to link. Always. Because it is simpler for me to maintain and simpler for you as well. And nobody thought about the whole thing that people are moving to mobile devices now.
Where that fails is if I'm in a browser on a desktop and I'm not using Outlook.
Yeah.
Instead I'm using my Gmail in a browser.
Yeah.
It's never going to open the browser tab.
No, you do know that you can set Google like gmail.com to handle mail to links.
Such an additional step.
Yeah, but you can do it.
Yeah, but
also it is not my fault that you've never configured a native email client on your...
Yeah, but most, like, I use Outlook on my MacBook. I use Mail on my MacBook. I use Thunderbird if I'm on Linux.
Yeah.
Here I'm using the
Mail.
Gmail app.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, that never happens.
No, my point was that, back then people were just, understanding the whole fact that people are moving to mobile devices now. iPads and iPhones and Android phones and all of that.
Right.
And I was like, I'm just going to use mail to links because it works everywhere. Every OS handles it. Okay, and then there was this one designer from India, and I still remember, and she was like, what the hell, I just clicked on this footer link and it opened Outlook on my computer. Why don't people go through the simple trouble of implementing
Windows users issue?
Windows? Yeah, I'm like, you're a designer, why are you using Windows?
That is harsh.
No, you should not be. I was just discussing this with my brother like before you arrived, and we were like, Windows is the most terrible thing because Windows is not color managed.
Point is,
your designs are always going to be
off a lot of people.
I don't care. I know I'm right about this.
Moving on to the next topic,
which is pretty, nostalgic.
Which one?
The SUSE one.
Oh yeah, so SUSE is sold. I was excited when I posted this link in the shared doc.
And then it hit you.
And then people told me, yeah, this has happened like half a dozen times before. So I'm like, okay, this doesn't change anything.
This does, yeah, like
so say changed ownership. Moving on. Apple is
this was a funny one.
Yeah, because everyone started speculating like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if Agile Bits was a publicly traded company, their stocks were in for a roller coaster on that day.
Yeah. So it was rumored. So Apple bought 1Password for all their employees.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure
23,000. Yeah. That's 123. Whoa.
So I'm pretty sure like some security audit made them realize that our employees are using shit passwords and stuff.
Yeah. Wow. So which means that they, had access to passwords in plain text.
Like, maybe it was a questionnaire or something.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, it's an internal audit, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They have every right to do that. And they realize that bhai humse na ho pai. So they're like, let's just buy 1Password for everyone. It will be cheaper that way.
Let me give you the simplest password trick. Select 3 of your favorite words, which are more than 4 characters each.
Okay.
So give me 3 of your favorite words.
Duck.
Okay.
Bulbul.
Okay. And
boomer.
Okay. So duck, bulbul, and boomer. Okay. So the password for his primary account, like for example a Gmail account, could be duck_bulbul_boomer or a combination of the 3.
Right.
Okay. And a special character and any 2 numbers. 2 of your favorite numbers.
A lot of these sites have your password can't be a commonly used word shit.
No.
It fails.
No, so this is what now. So if you do
I know.
bulbul_duck_boomer dollar say $69. Right. Just for kicks.
Yeah, but they'll always search for is this a
No, so here's the thing. If what is that website that tells you how long it will take to break a password?
I don't know.
But
it's such an analog question, right? How long will it take to break a password if that person is using a very different kind of attack, whereas going through the list of passwords?
No, I think it's the dictionary-based attack. What is it called?
I don't know.
3 sextillion years. I think the 69.
I don't think this is accurate.
I'm pretty like this is
very narrow. It is accurate, but it's very narrow. I think it's just better to use a password manager. Troy Hunt has a lot of blogs about this.
He has a lot of tools regarding the topic.
Yeah, but his basic advice just comes down to just bloody use a password manager.
No, I'm a strong believer of passphrases than passwords.
I know. I saw that video of that guy John Oliver and Snowden where they were talking about passwords and stuff. But password managers don't have to be perfect. They just have to be better than not having one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. A lot. No, but the idea is that now, okay, so how do you remember this? Okay, and there's a simple, you don't have to use the same password everywhere.
Right.
Okay. A simple trick is that, for example, we made what did you send me?
Well, link to Troy Hunt's blog post.
And what have I recorded? Oh, now it works. Okay, so in this case, Anuj's password that we came up was bulbul_duck_boomer $69. Now, suppose you were supposed to set to use this password for his Twitter account. It would be so I would kind of do like bulbul_duck_ and replace boomer with Twitter $69. And I would do the same for Facebook, Instagram, and so on.
But then if one of them has a leak, people can predict.
But now you don't know which one is what. And say if your Facebook password gets leaked, no one knows the third word.
They do.
How do they know the third word? For your other accounts.
Because it's
for your primary account. You still have the recovery account.
Yeah, but
secure. That's the point.
That means I have to change every password if one of them breaks.
Which is fine. Then
That's
not
not
having
fine.
control of.
And then you're better off using a password manager, right? Like one password.
No, this
LastPass.
is for people who are adamant about not using one.
Don't be adamant about not using.
I have one password everywhere. So if you're thinking about using this trick to kick my accounts out, haha, way ahead of you, son. Way ahead of you. Yeah. All right. So the one password thing, Apple bought it for 123,000 people.
And yeah, everyone started predicting that now Apple's going
to buy. And people started, people tweeted that even 3 or 4 days later, the story, after the story came out.
And one password came out on the first day, and they're like, this is bullshit.
Within an hour, and they're like, nah, like, no. And there's some, also, it was a very weird tweet though. My humans and I, and something, yeah. Rumors of my acquisition are completely false. My humans and I are happily independent and plan to remain so. People then started tweeting, like, as a reply to that tweet and quoting that tweet, I would literally pay Apple money to buy you just so that you stop saying such shit. And I was in agreement. Yeah. Like this doesn't sound very
cheeky.
Like it's not even cheeky at this point. Like I would get it if you did this in 2012. Not in 2018, dude, guys. Yeah, but when was that the Skins D brand? Now D brand's stuff is very tasteful. Have you seen their tweets?
Yeah.
It's very tasteful. This is just out of place. It's out of place. It's out of character.
Talking about password managers, Firefox launched an iOS experiment, which is basically an app.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a equivalent of LastPass or 1Password.
Okay.
It's called Firefox Lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to trust any of these 3 companies, I'd probably trust Firefox the most.
No, I would trust 1Password.
I don't know. Firefox is just, I can be very sure that they'll never sell out.
The thing is, I've had a love-hate relationship with Firefox for a while. So I'm most probably biased.
Hate them on technical and...
No, I'm probably biased in this particular thing.
Why?
I do accept that.
Why?
Sorry?
Why?
Because of the love-hate relationship.
Why? Why the love-hate relationship?
Because of the nonsense they do with their browsers. And they're pretty much going down the whole Google Chrome route now. They're trying to appease developers over users. Like general users. Like, give us a tool separate from your browser and we'll live with it. But don't screw up the browser just so you can give us some fancy stuff. Because ultimately we are a very small chunk and we are making for the masses just like you are. So if you make a good browser, we can tell others to go use your browser. At this point, I can't even recommend Firefox. I literally tell people just use the browser that's already on your platform. So if you're on Windows, use Edge. If you're on Mac OS, use Safari. And if you're on Chrome OS, use Chrome.
Sliding into the next topic with this.
Yeah.
Google is fined $5 billion by EU for the Android antitrust case. Which is essentially Europe saying, the European Union saying, you're enforcing the search engine, you're enforcing the browser,
you're enforcing everything.
Yeah, and
in an open system.
Yeah, in an open system where Google had agreements with OEMs, ODMs, phone manufacturers, saying that they will not put any other search engine by default and stuff.
There's a very nice quote in there. The European Union antitrust regulator has been looking into whether Google had abused the dominance of its Android operating system, which runs on more than 80% of the world's smartphones, to promote and entrench its own mobile apps and services, particularly the company's search engine.
Yep.
So, yeah, pretty hot. However,
Sundar Pichai wrote a blog post and it did not address any of it.
It doesn't matter. No matter what he says at this point, is not going to fix the problem.
Right.
Which is they screwed up. So there are a lot of jokes like this is the $5 billion comet. And it's basically the comet that did all of this, that started all of this. And it kind of is the $5 billion comet. Why can't I open this?
Right, so basically it's a tweet by the Pune techie guys.
Dhananjay Nene. Okay, so this is why Google was slapped, and this is his too long didn't read. Google has required manufacturers to pre-install the Google Search app and browser app Chrome as a condition for licensing Google's App Store, the Play Store. Google made payments to certain large manufacturers and mobile network operators on the condition that they exclusively pre-install the Google Search app on their devices. And Google has prevented manufacturers wishing to pre-install Google apps from selling even a single smartphone mobile device running on alternative versions of Android that were not previously approved by Google. So all in all, a pretty fucked up situation that Google created by themselves.
And this is typical of, you remember Microsoft and Internet Explorer.
Yeah. So back when Internet Explorer was the most widely installed and used browser, like IE 6, 7 and 8, and those were the dark ages, literally. And Microsoft just did whatever the heck they wanted to, and kind of tried to go away from the W3C spec and implement features in odd ways, and people had to literally bend to follow those instead of what is on the spec, and that created a lot of issues. And the same is happening with mobile operating systems now.
Right.
So what was the OS we saw last time? Andromeda? Was it Andromeda OS?
For what?
For running on smartphones.
Sailfish.
Oh no, that is Microsoft's thing. Sailfish.
Yeah.
Andromeda is Microsoft's operating system.
But anyways, this
Sailfish OS.
This news kind of had Google saying that maybe we'll have to change our model, things will cost you this, that, and I'm like, I want to say to Google, I double dare you to do that.
Yeah.
Ask me money for using your services, I'll fucking pay it, and let's create that model where I actually fucking pay for what I use instead of...
You will not be able to do it, Google.
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself and don't.
I don't
play
think
with
they
us.
have the balls to do.
No, they don't.
Because that's like literally against everything that they stand for.
Not really. They want to make money. So
they want to make money, but if they...
But they want to make money by selling ads.
Yeah.
Taking your information, selling it to advertisers and selling ads.
Anyways, Google is being made to pay European Union $5 billion.
Yeah, I hope
is so progressive of Europe. Go Europe.
Yeah.
After GDPR,
this is the next big thing. You guys are like hitting it out of the park, one after the other.
We should go after IoT devices next.
They should no. I would like to say they should complete the whole thing with Apple first, and make sure that Apple pays whatever taxes it owes.
Oh, okay, the whole Ireland.
Yeah, I think that'll bring back some accountability, and it'll kind of make Apple a little more humble than it is right now.
Right.
Like everyone needs a reality check once in a while. And I get called an Apple fanboy all the time, but I really am not.
Oh, you are a fanboy, but being a fan does not mean that you shouldn't
be critical. You should be critical, especially if you're a fanboy. Yeah. Like you should definitely hold that particular brand or company accountable more if you're a fanboy.
Exactly, because that's how you keep being a fan.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Moving on to the next topic.
iPads are about to become a lot cooler.
iPads?
Yeah.
Because Adobe is launching the full Photoshop app.
Okay, so they are basically bringing whatever is on the desktop, sans a few things here and there, to the iPad. This was in most likely in reaction to Affinity launching Affinity Designer on the iPad. And people freaked out when Affinity launched Designer on the iPad. And everyone who needed an app like that, they were happy on that day.
Right.
Like everything they wanted is in there. And it works on the iPad Pros. And that is all they ever wished for, and they got it. And now Facebook says we are going to bring Photoshop to the iPad Pros. So now you're bringing in competition to Affinity Designer, and like we previously mentioned on the stream, competition is always good.
+1 for password managers. I'm seeing that message just now. It's like 20 minutes
ago.
Not 10 minutes old, but still.
Why do I not see timestamps? Why do I not have timestamps?
I don't know.
I don't have timestamps. Okay, but anyways, so the weird thing is that if Adobe is bringing Photoshop to the iPad Pros, they are most likely rewriting the whole thing in C, C++, or some sub-flavor of C, right? Or Swift, if they are trying to be crazy.
Swift, why do they have to do it in C? Like, who else are they trying to please?
No, the idea is that if they write it in C, they can share the code base between Windows and
I don't think they'll do that.
Mac OS and iOS. So you have the single code base for Mac OS, iOS and Windows, and then you just write the UI layer on top of the whole thing. And then you can target like specific things like DirectX or OpenGL or Metal.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense if you write it in C. Swift, oh man, that sucks, but that doesn't change the fact. He looks like a potato, I look like a potato, be it 1080p or 144p.
Potato.
No, potato.
That should be the name of the stream.
Yeah, the potato and potato stream.
Potato and potato.
Potato and potato. That was the joke.
Yeah, I know, but you spell it differently and say it the same. Just to fuck with people.
Yeah. Like, you type it as like how you would pronounce potato and how you would pronounce potato.
This is such a fun stream.
Yeah. Like, this just went from being a tech news show to us trying to pronounce potato and potato.
Potato.
Why didn't we order fries from McDonald's when you ordered food?
Fuck fries.
Wow. I think the agenda of today's show, like the title is pretty misleading. I'm saying things which is probably going to piss off people. He's saying things which is probably going to piss off people.
So 2 more topics. Let's do the Vimo one first before we go to number 5.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. If you're into the whole HomeKit thing, alright, why don't you take it?
Yeah, so basically HomeKit used to require that the manufacturer put in a chip manufactured by Apple into their hardware.
Oh, I didn't know Apple manufactured them. Oh, okay.
And that was limiting because that meant that people had to redesign their products. They had to be at Apple's mercy. This, that, this. Still, it'll remain the same. If you want to do HomeKit, you'll still be at Apple's mercy. But you don't have to depend on the
hardware anymore. Yeah, and that actually helps to bring down the cost of these devices as well.
And that means that older devices which did not ship with the Apple chip can get a software upgrade which makes them compatible with HomeKit. So I am hoping that our Xiaomi light bulbs
the ones I use in my videos.
Yeah, so get the software upgrade so that you won't need a home bridge to use it with the Siri. So that's some great news, and I think Vimo smart plug and switch or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are the first devices to ship that, and next few months are going to be interesting because there will be a lot more people.
And this is really cool because this is a completely software-based API from Apple. I think it's coming in iOS 12, right?
I don't think it's about iOS.
I think it's about iOS.
I don't think it's about iOS.
Because the home app needs to be able to connect to them.
Yes.
And the code is in that, isn't it?
Not really. It's on the firmware side as I'm pretty sure it's not as heavy on the app side. I must be wrong. There's a guy I could ask, but
he knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
No, you know the guy.
So you're the guy who knows a guy.
I know. I'm the guy who knows a guy who knows the guy.
Yeah. Anyways, coming on to our last topic of the day, Surface Pro laptops. Do we call it a laptop?
No, we're talking about the MacBook Pro keyboard.
No, we're talking about the Surface Pro.
Oh, then the second last topic.
No, we talked about the iFixit thing, keyboard.
No,
MacBook.
we didn't talk about. Oh, then I probably forgot to share the link.
Yeah, you forgot to probably share the link.
My bad.
But
the Surface Go.
Yeah, Surface Go.
Surface Pro. Yeah.
Sorry. So it's called Surface Go, and it is pretty fancy.
It is. Wait, fancy is not the word.
So you guys remember the big Surface thing where it had a very fancy hinge, and then you could just press on it, and then it would go down, and it would be like, ooh.
Yeah.
That was a very, very fancy mechanical hinge.
Yeah, they just like kind of outdid themselves
and now
and made a sexier hinge. Like I kept rewinding the video to the hinge part like over and over again, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's the shit. Yeah.
But anyway, so
but see, and I'm not even exaggerating. That's literally how it went down.
Can you have some comments? But yeah, it's like a very tiny device. I think 12 point something inch.
That's what she said.
I'm just packing up, man. Come on. It's got a hinge.
That's what she said.
Do you want to take this topic?
No, please.
And yeah, I mean, Microsoft really put the design guys on the forefront. I'm getting messages from friends calling us cheap for our humor. And you remember Junnu, right?
Yeah.
Junnu's calling us cheap.
Cheap. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. By the way, it lasts up to 9 hours. That's what she said. I just wanted to. Come on. Okay, any of y'all who are judging me, y'all are also laughing at the same time. Don't kid yourselves.
I know at least one guy who's watching
and laughing.
Mr. Sherke, who's like thumbs upping as many times as he can.
No, but all in all, like what ports does it have? It has a USB-C port, but is it the only port on the whole thing? I don't know. Can someone confirm? What the? Wait, why is there no?
It's a headphone, there's a Surface Connect thing, and there's a USB Type-C.
Only one.
Oh, we should talk about the keyboard. They have an official keyboard that goes with it.
Yeah, which
is pretty fancy.
The whole thing, and it has a trackpad.
A keyboard that plugs in, which has a trackpad.
So, do you follow Steve Stoughton-Smith on Twitter? So he made a prototype where he implemented a a trackpad for the iPad, including a pointer.
I will pay decent money for it.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah, please, someone.
So, and then someone quoted his tweet and said that, he made a prototype where you keep the iPhone like this. See, you keep the iPhone like this, and then you're just working like this.
Crowdfund that shit.
See, it's okay, guys. Steve Jobs was wrong about that. It's okay. Give us a pointer input device. But I don't think a lot of people would use it, so just give us an API that allows us to do that, and whoever wants to use it can use it.
Cool.
Because let's be honest, this is cool when you're writing or drawing and stuff like that, but for your day-to-day pointer-based inputs, yeah, not happening.
Other things include an LTE version, which is going to have a Qualcomm modem.
Okay.
Which is going to give it 4G. God, Sagar, stop being a prick.
What is he saying?
He's saying समोर कॅमेरात बघ. इथं टेलिप्रॉम्प्टर नाही आहे माझ्या समोर. वाचू कधी मी?
स्ट्रीमच्या आधी.
एवढं स्क्रीनच्या आधी खायचं असतं.
मुद्दा.
Anyways,
but see, okay, here's the problem though with the whole Surface Go and the whole Surface lineup.
Right.
Okay. If you look for spare parts for the Surface or the Surface Go, you will find you'll find the camera module, the speaker module, the this and the that and the yada yada yada. You can't buy the hinge.
Of course you can't buy that.
Which is a huge problem. Because see, here's the idea. I want to remove this and replace it with that sexy hinge.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Because that is one...
Unless someone like...
that is one baller hinge and I want it. I need it in my life. It's not a want or a would like to have or it would be nice to... I need it.
I think one of these fancier case manufacturers will have to come.
It's not going to be a hinge that is that smooth.
Maybe.
Because I've used the hinge. And that is one of the smoothest hinges I've used.
Is there a pun in there somewhere?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm being dead honest here.
Okay. I was thinking about puns and that, and
I'm being dead honest. Like as an industrial, like having studied a bit of industrial design, that thing rocks my boat. Literally.
Is there a pun in there?
No, it is just a phrase.
Okay. No, I know it's a phrase, but then I was again looking for.
No, it is just gorgeous. Like when we discussed about it,
right?
I told you about that. That was literally the second thing I messaged you about. That hinge.
True that.
And it looks different just in the way it works on the Surface Go.
Right.
And so far, none of the people who have reviewed it have talked about it much, which is very odd.
Yeah, I guess the first time it happened with the Surface big thingy, everyone was excited, and now it's like,
But it's a different hinge, guys.
I know, but it's
so
like standard
do
now.
take a look at it again and evaluate it. So that brings us to the end of the topics, and we're pretty much on time today. That has never happened.
Yeah.
That has never ever happened. You're being...
So I hate puns.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Being a Punekar?
God. And there's these bunch of guys I know who are basically being dicks to me because I hate puns. So they'll tag me in every fucking pun they see.
Makes sense.
They're just mean.
Guys, let's make a group and you can add me to it and we'll all do it.
Puns are okay.
See, you can't not like puns. You can't dislike puns being a Punekar. It is your birthright. It is like the bare minimum thing, necessity. Like if you want to be a citizen of Pune, you have to like puns. Come on, Puneri party. 9?
Moving on to the last segment of the evening.
What are we watching?
Let's get the elephant out of the room.
Sacred games.
Fucking games. No, not sacred.
No, not sacred fucking games also. You wanna say it? I'm pretty shit scared about saying it on stream.
You can go ahead. Go ahead. Ganesh काय तोंड आहे?
Ganesh काय तोंड आहे, dude?
Ganesh काय तोंड is some next level stuff.
Even Katekar, dude. The way he dies.
Why would you do that to people?
Like if you haven't watched it by now, go screw yourself.
Why you? Fuck.
No, you should have finished watching it by now.
Can we go back and type and say spoiler alert?
No. People should have finished watching it by now. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, Sherke apparently agrees with you.
Yeah, see? Thank you. Like, you should have finished watching it last week. It's been out for 2 weeks now. And if you still haven't watched it, shame on you.
I remember my mom was so hooked onto it. She was like, come after 15 minutes for dinner because this is the last
episode. चालू होगा.
No, right. Like last episode चालू है, तू नंतर ये होना है. And I was like, cool, if you say so. And she was like proper hooked. And then worst was her battery ran out. The iPad battery that she was running on ran out. And so my dad's iPad has that keyboard thing.
Okay.
And it, like when you close the keyboard, the two charging ports are next to each other. So she plugged in the keyboard charger, and then it didn't charge the iPad, and she was more pissed. And she's like, "माझे शेवटची 5 मिनिटं राहिलेली.
आज जेवण नाही मिळणार.
आज जेवण मिळणार." And that's when I was like, why isn't this charging? And then I realized that she's put in the keyboard charger.
I didn't know that the keyboard would charge separately.
Yeah, it charges separately.
Isn't it the same keyboard you said you got?
Yeah, this is the Logitech, the smaller one.
Oh, right. Okay,
for the smaller iPad.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, anyone who's watched it has been hooked to it, except for this one person I know who's like, I've only seen one episode so far. I'll watch the others.
Aicha gawa.
And I was like, cool.
तुझ्या आईची जय.
But yeah, I mean, I know people who have like, मैं डाउनलोड कर क्या है अभी वीकेंड को मैं दिखेगा नहीं टाइप्स.
पण दिसतात.
But yeah, Secret Games is some badass television.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first Indian production to hit Netflix.
Right.
Okay.
There is pretty large number of firsts here.
Yeah.
One, it did not have to go through censor board bullshit.
Yes, which is amazing because the kind of stuff you can do and not have to worry about the creative freedom these guys enjoyed clearly shows in the final product that they delivered. The intro title track, oh my god,
the Kaam 25 hai rap from
yes, Divine
is crazy good.
Why isn't the OST out yet?
The OST is I think just 2 tracks. Oh, okay, the OST is not just 2 tracks. The soundtrack is 2 tracks.
2 tracks, yeah.
The OST isn't out yet.
I want the OST, even if it's just 2 tracks.
And the interesting part is this is just 1/4 of the book. So technically there could be 3 more seasons. I think they'll wrap up in 2. But
Why?
I don't think Anurag Kashyap or Nawazuddin Siddiqui or any of the other guys involved are the type who want to draw out things.
But here's the thing.
Like they know when to stop. Like they could have easily broken down Gangs of Wasseypur into like a trilogy. Yeah. But they didn't.
No, but here's the thing. This is also the first Emmy nomination we could get.
Oh yeah. Also Nawazuddin
literally
Siddiqui,
nothing else we have produced till date was worthy of one from a visual perspective. I don't know about the audio engineering and all of that stuff. I don't have much idea about those things, but from a cinematography and directing and all of those things, this is a true worthy candidate. What do you think?
Some good stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last
amazing.
time I remember
like even
being
acting,
so hyped about a Mumbai gangster film was I think Company, and before Company Satya.
Satya was a good.
Yeah, so Satya, Company, Ab Tak Chhappan.
Ab Tak Chhappan was fine though. It failed on the hype, in my opinion.
I think it was amazing.
No.
So these are like Mumbai gangster movies.
Yeah.
And I keep this TV show right at the top with these guys.
Wait, whatever happened to the whole thing where Nawazuddin Siddiqui was playing Balasaheb Thackeray in some movie?
It's about to come out.
So that's still on the cards.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Definitely.
Cool. Because I thought like that was like a spoof and I misread like fake news and shit.
No, that's
okay. Okay. Cool.
Sagar,
good to know.
तुझी बायको गावाला गेली म्हणून आम्हाला त्रास देऊ नको. So he's like, this is a tech review thing.
Right.
Why are you talking so much about Bollywood? First of all, this is not Bollywood.
This is not Bollywood. This is Netflix.
This is Netflix.
So please have some chill.
Yes. So yeah, Secret Games is something that I'm watching.
Alright.
In the last 2 weeks, Westworld ended.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful.
Okay. I think that was the last thing we discussed on the previous show. Westworld ending. And I kind of almost spoiled it by discussing the whole.
Yeah, let's not do.
Yeah, okay. So that happened on the last stream. So what else have you been watching after Westworld?
After Westworld, I don't think I've seen anything else.
No? Okay. So, apart from Secret Games, I finished watching a show called Rizzoli and Isles. It's a
Where do you find these?
It's a very laid back cop and what is the thing? The doctor who does all the autopsies and all of those things.
Sounds grim.
So no, but like the autopsy and stuff is not shown, but it's a very laid back, chill detective and doctor drama crime series kind of a thing, and you don't have to use much of your brain to really enjoy it. Sometimes you do, and what you can just do is fall off to sleep to it. I finished watching that 7 seasons of it. It was a very interesting show. I liked both characters, Rizzoli and Niles. So pretty fun if you want to check it out.
Okay.
I'm also watching Young Justice season 2 because I completely forgot to watch it, like a dumbass. And I started watching season 2 of Somebody Feed Phil.
Somebody?
Feed Phil.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
That show, right? It's writer and producer.
Okay.
Philip, his last name starts with R. So basically, he travels around the world to a city and explores the food culture of that city. And all of this is available in beautiful 4K HDR.
You given to the whole food and travel stuff, right?
Sorry? Food. I don't care about the travel part much, but food. Like I have very weird priorities.
Right.
I have like pizza, food, sleep, coffee, and then everything else. Pizza is first.
Time is money.
But pizza is pizza.
Money is power.
Okay. And power is power.
Power is pizza.
No.
And pizza is knowledge.
No, power is power.
No.
Cersei Lannister clearly demonstrated it.
You have not
Have you not seen the meme?
Have you not seen Parks and Recreation?
Okay, I have no idea.
Yeah. So
No.
that's a very, very popular
Okay,
meme.
Parks and Recreation. Need to watch that. Narcos poster has come out. Okay, let's check it out.
Yeah, the Mexican thing. So it's just
the Mexican cartel.
Yeah. That's going to be hot. The Narcos Mexico thing is going to be pretty good. I have a friend who's asking me very inappropriate questions about Netflix right now.
Oh, that's a nice poster. Okay, that is legitimately good.
Yeah, it's like cocaine lines.
Two coke lines. Oh, that is so good. That is so good.
But the Mexico thing is still like a developing story.
Yeah, it's not like something that has ended. So, no, but here's the thing. They could just keep on making stuff on it.
Yeah.
The thing can go on forever. Especially with the kind of writing they have, it can go on forever.
Apart from that, I'm excited for something.
Have you seen the trailer for Titans?
No, I don't want to watch that.
Are you into DC comics?
I am into that. I don't want to watch the trailer because it will ruin it for me.
No, you should totally check it out.
No, I don't want to watch trailer. It is a movie that I really want to watch.
Okay,
but
here's something that will make everyone watch the trailer. There's a dialogue which literally is "fuck Batman."
It's nice,
and it's said by a character you would never expect that character to say on TV. Well, this is not going to be on TV. This is going to be streaming, so they don't have to go through the whole FCC bullshit. So they can just do whatever they want. They can have as much blood, grim, fighting, crime, drama, whatever the fuck they want in there, and it's going to be really, really kick-ass.
Okay.
I want you to watch it.
I'll check it out.
Now
we'll
after
talk
the
about
stream.
it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I want you to watch it. Alright, that's it from me.
Yeah. Good talk, guys.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Lots of piss people. Lots of funny
Yeah,
jokes.
we started
Lots of
off
puns.
with puns.
Lots of puns.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the idea is to get in a lot of puns in there.
नको रे.
असंच पाहिजे
कशाला?
राव. आपल्याला असंच पाहिजे.
नको ना. सभ्यतेत राहू.
No.
ठीक
On
है,
that
तो
terrible disappointment.
Yeah, it's like you can feel the weight of disappointment on my shoulders right now. Sagar is saying pun is fun.
Pun is fun.
Yeah, so you've got
Oh my god. नको. एवढं नको.
and on that terrible note, before Sagar says
Anything else?
to support you, I'm gonna end this stream.
Wait, my brother just sent me a meme.
Heard of this Maharashtrian gangster who once ate a chocolate dessert?
Ganache Gaitonde.
He was Ganache.
Stop the stream.
Where's the mouse? Ganache Gaitonde.
Ganache Gaitonde.